Alright, global players, we have some exciting news for you. Your next Dokkan Fest unit has been teased, which is the Android 17 and 18, which may actually be value for you if you love the Universe Survival Saga team, especially if anything that happens with this 9th anniversary includes upgrades to the Universe Survival Saga units. So the Leader Skills Tournament participants, which is pretty solid, it's just like a more upgraded version of Universe Survival Saga with some other Dragon Ball Z characters. It allows you to run 2 of them and still run a pretty good Universe Survival Saga unit. But if the MUI Goku or even the Evolution Blue Vegeta is any good, I'm pretty sure you'd run 2 of them instead. But the biggest thing is that they are a support for attack and defense for all allies for 2 turns with their unit super attack. All you need to do is have a Goku on the team. And in the Universe Survival Saga, there is the newly EZA STI UI Goku, and hopefully the EZA for AGL MUI Goku as well, if the 9th anniversary does include that. And don't forget Blue Kaioken Goku, of course. So you should have plenty of Gokus in the team in tournament participants or Universe Survival Saga or even Rep 7 in order to get this condition off pretty much every single turn, even with them as a floater. Not only that, they support through their passive for the category for 2 key 35%, and an additional support if you do grab 7 or more orbs. They are very orb hungry. Luckily, they do change orbs with their active skill, which can be activated when your HP is 78% or less, starting from the 5th turn. And their entrance animation does have some orb changing as well. And the final part of the passive is crazy good as well. If there's a Goku ally on the same turn, they do get to 4C super attack, so you can put your best dodger in to dodge that super attack and hopefully survive the turn. So this I think is a very important part of the team when it comes to tournament participants and Universe Survival Saga and whatnot. One problem is they themselves do not perform well in terms of attack and defense, especially if you are not going to be getting like Android Assault, Twin Terrors for the extra dodge chance, or like all of the Android links pretty much. You'll most likely just be activating Tournament Power and Fierce Battle if you're trying to link well with UI Goku, which is probably the worst part about them. The banner is okay. You still have Kid Goku as well as God Goku if it is going to be the same on Global. The side unit doesn't exist, doesn't matter. Don't worry about them. Kale is alright. She still needs some more better partners, but overall not too bad of a banner. If they EZA Tech Kale and Caulifla in this 9th anniversary, then maybe we might be talking about a pretty decent banner. But are they needed for the Universe Survival Saga team at the end of the day? Probably not, but it's a cool added bonus. If you are free to play, I recommend skipping anyway. Keep on saving stones for the anniversary, as there's just too many banners to summon on during the anniversary that you'll need those stones. So not only that, there's some new EZA areas, which is Android 18 and Hellfighter 17. This celebration on Global is going to have a lot of free-to-play cards, some good, some bad. Android 18 GT is not too bad. She has a decent amount of damage reduction as a first slot unit, but it's only for 5 turns. That's one downfall for her. But yeah, not the worst EZA for free-to-play ever. She can definitely tank when she has that 5-turn buff. I would go max dodge on her, however, as you don't really need to crit because she has a medium chance in here already. The additional is kind of cool because it raises superclass allies attack for 35% twice over with the double super, and raises attack and defense for 1 turn. But I don't think it changes the game for her if she does take a super attack. Then you have Hellfighter 17, which is almost useless. He doesn't have GT bosses, so other than Target Goku category, which has an abundance of good units already, and as well as androids, there's not really much place for him in general. He's like the Candy Vegito of the Extreme team. He has a great chance of dodging for 3 turns, and then it becomes a high chance of dodging after the 3 turns, which is not so good. He does build up stats when dodging, so max dodge on him, I would say. He doesn't even raise attack and defense on super, so you don't even need additionals and criticals. He doesn't do that much damage. But don't worry, there are better free-to-play cards in this celebration. The 21st World Tournament DB Story event is going to be coming out, which can awaken finally the Kid Goku that we got ages ago on Global. And it will get to Tech Goku here. Remember, he will become an LR, which is going to be awesome. And then we have this Krillin here, which is probably the best card in this celebration. Krillin here is just an amazing TUR. Not on the level of like Yamcha because he's in EZA already. But even though this guy is not in EZA yet, this guy still performs very well. And sometimes I underrate him how much defense he can potentially get. Not only does he get the additional super attack chance when 88% HP or more, it raises attacker defense for 1 turn, which means he can triple super attack, which is great. He gets nice little on super attack and defense. And he's a DB Saga support for 2 key and 30% attack and defense, which is great. If you are underneath 86% HP, you do get to 4C enemy super attacks for 3 turns, even when off rotation, which is very, very good. And he has a medium chance of dodging the enemy, so very good. I would recommend just max dodge on him, just in case he does take a super. I'm not going to say he's invincible against a super attack, but his utility is just so good at this TUR state that has been very, very useful for me as a free-to-play only player. The Goku's alright, just has stats pretty much, which doesn't get you too far when it comes to taking a super attack, and the damage is not there, really. That's just because he has a full LR to have, and potentially in the future an LR EZA. So that's why he's not like amazing compared to like Krillin, I guess. But you can definitely see his potential. He gets like stats per DB Saga unit on the team, and then he has multiple super attack chances if you have Earthbred fighters, category allies attacking on the same turn. So I can definitely see his LR going nuts though. And finally, the last set of free-to-play units is coming from the Universe Survival Saga story event. The Android 17 and 18 tournament power units are going to be awakening. Android 17 is probably the worst unit out of the whole entire bunch. Nothing really to provide for the team, really. Just another Android 17 unit that you can use as to fulfill the restrictions for Android 18 at least. That's like the most useful thing that he has, is that his name. And that is because this Android 18 does have a guard if she has 17 on the rotation, which is what you really need from her. They are nukers, so with no starter turn stats, so the stats aren't going to be high. Even if you grab like 10 orbs or anything like that, it's not going to be that good. But luckily, they aren't EZA yet, so they do have room to grow at the very least. And most likely, what you are also going to be getting for this celebration is the Trunks and Broly Awakening. So they will be into their TUR states, which means new quest mode stages, more Dragon Stones. They're actually pretty solid in this form. Nothing like game-breaking, but they do have the damage reduction inbuilt, and if they can get their multiple super attacks, they can actually tank some normals in the game, in the hardest contents of the game. So that is good for them. I've even farmed up a separate copy just for their TUR, just in case. But yeah, this is one step closer for Global to getting Ella, Broly, and Trunks. Then you have part 2 for the celebration here. You have Ribrianne, which is a definite skip. And then Jiren's EZA. Jiren's EZA weakness is Miraculous Awakening. So that's MUI Goku's team. Pretty easy to beat. I have a video on that on the channel already. I'll leave all of the resource videos that I have on this celebration in the description down below. And this is Jiren's EZA. He is just not good. Not useful. However, the new Supreme Battle, which is the Blue Zone on the 9th anniversary, will have probably tournament participants and Universe Survival Saga units in there. I believe the last phase is a tournament participants unit, the Kaiken Blue Goku, the AGL one. So at least he'll be able to get the attack and defense 111%. And the guarantee critical, which is very nice. But yeah, he's not really that great unless you're really versing 2 or more enemies, so you can activate the 30% damage reduction. But I can still see him being useful in this 9th anniversary for sure. I'm sure someone will be like, yo, Jiren's actually useful on Twitter or something. So that's pretty much it for the Android 17 and 18 celebration. Here are all the medals that you need in order to awaken all the characters. Enjoy Global. Not too much longer till the 9th anniversary. Keep on saving your stones. Keep on grinding. And you will be rewarded, hopefully. If you guys did enjoy today's video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, until then, stay healthy, stay safe, stay busy. Peace.